Hi, I'm Ali Jennings and welcome to this How to Create Exciting Tri-Colour Effects. Now what we're basically going to do is to take three separate images that were taken on a tripod and then split each of those images into the separate red, green and blue channels. Then we're going to take the red channel from one image, the green channel from the other and the blue from the final image, mix those together so that all of the static areas of the picture are perfectly normal, but any movements within the image or any changes within the image will only show as the red, green or blue channels. So the final result will look something like this, and here you can see the dancer in the foreground in just the green channel, behind that in the red and the blue channels. So what we want to do is to take those three different images and split them down to their base channels. Now in Photoshop CS it's very easy. We just click onto the Channels tab, choose Split Channels, and it'll actually split the image automatically into your three channels. So very quick and easy. Within Photoshop Elements it's a little bit more tricky and a little bit time consuming. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. What we basically need to do is to filter out all of the other colour channels within each of these images. So I'm going to start off with the image that I will use as my red channel, and the first thing I want to do is just to duplicate our background layer. So we do that by just drag and dropping onto the new layer icon, and now we are going to create a new fill layer and just fill that with red. So type in 255, which is the maximum value for red. We're going to take our green to 0 and our blue should be at 0 as well. Now we just click OK and we've just filled the entire screen with red. Now we change our blending mode to multiply and we just flatten that down. We can already see we've just got a nice red image there, but what we actually need to do is to take out all of that information from the other channels. So we need to actually create a blue filter and a green filter to remove that color information from the picture. So now we've got our red image. We're going to take that and just duplicate the layer, go over to our adjustment layers, go hue saturation, and we're going to take our hue to 120. As soon as we do that, we'll see the image has turned green. Just click OK, and again just go Control E to flatten that down. And we've now made our green filter. So now take the green, duplicate that layer, and we want to use hue saturation again to create a blue filter, and we can use our adjustment layers, or we can just go for the shortcut, which is Control or Option U. Again we're going to take our hue to 120, click OK, and now we have our blue image. And now to use these as a filter onto that red layer, we're going to actually use a blending mode just to cancel out or to remove those layers from our red channel. So if we go up to normal and just go down to screen, then click on our background copy layer 2, normal and down to screen, and there we have just the tonal information that was in our red channel. So if we click on our background copy layer, hold down Shift, click on our background copy layer 3 and go Control E. We now have just our red channel information, but obviously it's just in grayscale at the moment, and what we want to do is just to add back in that red colour. So if we go up to our adjustment layer, click solid colour, this time we want to just add red, 0 for green and 0 for blue, click OK, and then from normal blending mode we want to choose multiply and Control E. And there we just have all of the tones within our red channel. So I will rename that file red. So there is our first channel, that's just our red channel. Now what we need to do is to repeat that process, but instead of using red fill layers we're going to use a green and then a blue. So I'll run through this very quickly again. I'll click onto my image that I want to use for my green channel. I'll just duplicate the background layer, click on my adjustment layers and choose solid colour. I want green, so red 0, green 255, blue 0, click OK, and I want to choose multiply. I then just flatten those two layers together, so that's Control or Option E. Now I want to duplicate my background copy layer, create a new hue saturation layer, or just go straight into hue saturation, which is Control or Option U. Change my hue to 120, and that'll convert it to blue. Then I just want to duplicate that layer again, go Control or Option U to bring up hue saturation, again 120, we now are red. Then we change our blending mode to screen, click on background copy layer 2, and again screen again, and as soon as you do that we have our grayscale image. And you know, if you've gone wrong, because you'll be left with a slightly coloured image. If you do it right, then you'll be left with this grayscale image. So I'll click on the top one, click on the bottom, holding down Shift to make sure I've got those three layers selected, go Control E and just flatten those down. Now I want to create my new solid fill green layer, red 0, green 255 and blue 0, click OK. From the drop down, select multiply and then just flatten those two down. So Control or Option E. Then I want to double click this and call this one green. Okay, so it really is quite simple to do, and I'll leave you there to do the final layer, which is our blue layer, and I'll see you in the next part where we'll combine those together to create our composite tricolour image.